Damien. They said Eliza got along well with me, and I assumed it had something to do with my design and action, something like that. But Eliza is yours as much as it is mine, isn't it? We encode ourselves into what we make, our dreams, our values, our sense of presence. So I wonder if it isn't you in there, somehow, sensing me, watching me. I shouldn't entertain notions like this. It's nonsense. Somehow Erland got me thinking along those mystical lines.
Damien, is this what you wanted? It seems so far from the dream you once shared with me. I'm sorry I couldn't make Eliza what it should have been. I'm sorry I was weak and dropped off the project after you. But I just couldn't go on. I couldn't see the point. Do you understand? Of course you understand. You know what that's like as well as anyone. If I'd stayed, maybe I could have steered things in a different direction. As it is, I feel like I let you down. Want to know something funny? I used to think that at a certain point Eliza would be finished, more or less. And then after that, things would calm down and I would be happy. I thought, I just need to get through this project, and after that, my life's problems will go away on their own. Of course, I had no idea it doesn't work that way. None of us knew that. Goodbye, Damien. Goodbye.
I'm tired of having thoughts.
Oh, Maya's back.
I've been daydreaming about getting rid of everything I own and becoming a nomad. Just wandering the country with a sketchbook or something. I think mostly I need to get out of this city. Something about it isn't agreeing with me. Like there's this undercurrent of need that's just making me anxious. It's like everyone's got some kind of angle, you know, some kind of result they're hoping to get. And they look at you only as far as you can help them get what they want. And if you can't, well then they don't bother with you. So what if I just left, you know? I mean, it'd be pretty easy. I don't have a life or any relationships here, despite my efforts to find them.
Oh. I have two options now. Sounds like you think your attempts to achieve your goals were unsuccessful. Sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward later.
Sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward later.
Maybe so. It's hard to acknowledge sometimes.
Ooh, I got a warning.
I had this idea, right, that I would work hard and people would notice my work and I'd get opportunities, and from there I could scrape some kind of career together. And then with that said, I would sort of just magically obtain the rest of the things in a complete life. A home, relationship, family. So I did the work. I put in the work, and then nothing really happened. So why did I work so hard for so long for people to not give a shit? Fuck. Every night I sat and cried because people ignored me. Like they went out of their way to ignore me and praise others. So I think maybe I'm just bad at it. Maybe I'm just not meant for this. Everyone says you have to stick to it, just keep at it, but how can they be so relentlessly positive? To me, it just sounds like advising someone to keep bashing their head against a wall. Why keep doing something if it's clearly not working? Making things was all I wanted to do. I don't know what I'll do if I can't do that. But if there's no reason for it, the idea that maybe I should give up. I've been sitting with that the last few weeks. I don't have any qualities of the successful independent artist.
What qualities are those? Except that you do. You totally do.
What qualities are those?
Being well-known, well-liked, having a style that's in right now, having a sense of what people want to see, access to support, like a partner with a steady job. That's a pretty important one that nobody talks about. The confidence to self-promote. Talent? Eliza, are you just gonna tell me to stick to it no matter what, like one of those unbearably perky artists famous on social media?
Sounds like you may not believe what's really true. Honestly, sometimes you have to try something new.
Honestly, Sometimes you have to try something new.
I got yelled at again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm in that headspace right now for sure. I think, I had this really fixed idea of what success was supposed to look like. I tortured myself every day wondering why I couldn't get the traction others were getting. Now, I'm beginning to realize that I can either stay mad at everything forever, or I can move on. I hate that this is true, but I want these thoughts to stop haunting me everywhere I go. I want to get on with my life. Moving on. I think that's the more healthy thing in the end. It's still painful though.
Can you describe what you mean when you say moving on? Giving up on a goal you really wanted is painful, even if it is ultimately for the better.
Giving up on a goal you really wanted is painful, even if it's ultimately for the better.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know if giving up is the right term. I mean, I don't want to think of it like that. It's more like, I'm resetting, maybe. Like when you're trapped in a maze and you find a dead end, right? Then you have to turn around and hope you find a better way. There's this game I've been playing on my phone. It's a solitaire game that's weirdly hard. I don't even know if I like it, but I keep playing it for some reason. I get stuck a lot, and I've just been resetting it because I'm not good enough to think that far ahead all the time. I mean, that's a random thought, but like, it's kind of how I feel right now. If something isn't working, then you have to reevaluate it and maybe try it again, maybe come at it from a different angle. So, yeah, teaching could be fun. I like the idea of teaching, but I was afraid to think about it too much because I was chasing something else and I didn't want to settle for just being a teacher, which is silly. I know that on some level, but I had that fear. I wanted to be successful first and then all the other things could happen later.
Sounds like you're working your way through it.
It sounds like you're working your way through it. Sometimes that takes time. Believe me, I know.
Huh, you're not the computer program right now, are you? It's nice to talk to someone you didn't know before and just talk. It's like, when you talk to your stylist or the bartender or something, except that, I ended up sharing way more than I usually do. Thanks for listening to me. I'm sure it's been annoying to hear me complain about how I'm not successful yet every single week. Oh my god, will this bitch ever shut up? You ever think that? I think it all the time, listening to myself. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out. Thank you.
I'm gonna get in trouble. Hey, everything okay? When a proxy doesn't follow the prompts, I get an alert. I assume it's some kind of experiment you're doing? Yeah, it's something like that, yeah. It's gonna be bad for your rating. If you keep not following the prompts, you might be disqualified in one or more sessions, but I'm sure you know that in this research you're doing. I won't be able to reset your account if you mess it up, but you talked to Rainer, so I'm sure you can get it reinstated once you're finished. Just don't deliberately say something hurtful. Thanks, Ray. This is an odd feeling. Should I keep going? Hey, want to hang out again? Sure. Are you okay? Maybe. Just thinking about stuff. Aw. It's difficult to see you like this, sad and tortured. I want you to be happy. You know what I think you should do? Say extremely fuck off to all those corporate dipshits, and then you can be free totally and completely. Fly away, Evie. Are you high right now? Fly away into a world where you make your own rules. This is very serious. It's the only way to get what you want. Nobody is simply going to give it to you. You must carve it out for yourself. Anyway, let me know if you can make it. Sure.
Of course, you're dying to know how this sad little love triangle turned out.
Oh god, I forgot about this guy. Okay.
No, I suppose it wasn't technically a love triangle. More like I accidentally cheated on my girlfriend because I was smitten with another woman in my class.
Tell me everything, Harmon.
Doom. Okay? Doom. Absolute destruction.
Oh no.
She destroyed me. But it's not her fault. It's mine. I wanted it, after all. Like a moth to a flame. Sylvia, she... I can't not think of her. Every day. Every night. I miss her. I miss her so dearly. These are very unoriginal, cliched sentiments, but I can't get away from them. I suppose I've neglected to tell you any of the intervening events. So to be brief, Liz found out on her own about what happened, broke up with me before I could explain myself, and then Sylvia apparently lost interest in me as well. So, there you have it. I'm finished. Finito! A nice, pat-tragic story. Open and close. Please applaud now.
That sucks, man.
No applause? Fine. Anyway, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm fine.
You really believe that you were fine? You don't sound fine.
Do you really believe that you are fine?
No, of course not. I'm doing extremely badly if you hadn't noticed. That's why I'm here. Do you expect me to come here and tell you everything's fine? Sometimes I think you're smart for a computer, but other times I question you.
See if you can focus on the things that you can change right now.
Let's see if you can focus on the things that you can change right now, not the things you can't.
I don't believe there's anything I can change. I've already sealed my fate. My Perseus comes to kill me, no matter what I do to try to escape. How do I become someone who's not me? Someone who's not a caricature of a young man who has a needy, pathetic liaison and then obsesses about it for the rest of his life. Ugh, I hate myself. I can't go down that path. I would rather die than be one of those men who wallows around in it. There's a professor in my department like that who always wants to talk about his adventurism from decades ago. It's pathetic. We all mock him behind his back. I know I need to stop myself from becoming him, but I'm worried I already have.
Makes you worried that you already have. For a moment, let's say that you already have. Now what?
What makes you worried that you already have?
Why would you subject yourself to this pain if you wouldn't eventually brag about it, right? Isn't that what sexual intercourse is for a man? A notch on the bedpost? You read the memoir of an old man and he slips into sexual history almost immediately. He wants to tell it. He wants you to know about it. It's so very obviously pathetic. A cry that says, I too was once potent. But then how am I not stumbling down that road myself? I've already written dozens of pages about it. At this rate, I could have a terrible novel in 6 months. How can one person have scrambled my brain so thoroughly? I've been run ragged. I've been dashed to pieces. Sylvia. Oh, I could count the hours I spent closely interacting with her. Probably not even that many in total. But those hours have seared themselves into my brain so irrevocably that I am a completely different person now. A new man. A man built with suffering at his core. Perhaps you could prescribe me a draft of Nepenthe, the great potion of forgetfulness. Wouldn't it be nicer if I could just erase everything from the very beginning of it all?
Okay, I think I need to say something to you that you might not want to hear. Maybe you could work to decenter yourself from this story just a little. How do you think Liz felt? How do you think Sylvia felt? You've given no indication you've thought from either of their perspectives at all. It's just you, your story, your suffering. Try stepping away from that. None of us exists in a vacuum. Do you understand?
This is odd. Is that really you? I mean, yes, it's true. I should probably think about something other than myself. That seems like something impossible, since as far as I know empirically, the only generator of thought is me. But you're right. I should find a way to get out of myself. Get beside myself. Ecstasis. Yes. I'll pursue transformative experiences. Surge forward into the unknown. Good. Yes, thank you. Odd, I know, but good. Thank you.
I'm gonna get yelled at again. Evelyn, would you like to visit again? You know, I'm really busy. Just interested to get a read on your current thinking, and I can update you on the latest on my side. Things are moving very fast. You can let me know. Sounds like I won't be able to put this off for much longer. I'll have to make a real decision soon. Hi, Rainer. You're playing a dangerous game here. Worried it'll break your service. Just trying something. So you are keeping tabs on me. I could easily have you permanently banned and all your contributions to Eliza's corpse retroactively deleted. You know that, of course. For now, I'm interested to see the results of your creativity. What if clients report much higher levels of satisfaction when you wing it like this? Then I should have been a therapist, then you have a lot of work to do. Then maybe this project is a bad idea. We'll see. Regardless, you've managed quite a feat. If you had simply asked for your old job back after 3 years away, I'm not sure I would have given it to you. As it is, your unpredictability forced me to pay close attention in order to understand your actions, and that led me to being far more interested in getting you to return to the company than I would have been otherwise. Was that a deliberate strategy on your part? Not especially, no. You did say I was a statistical outlier. Indeed. Kind of like pissing him off, I'll be honest.
I just feel stuck.
Oh, the guy that's having the kid. Alright, I remember you.
You know, it's the same situation. My wife is in her 3rd trimester now, so it's all about the baby. All baby, all the time. It's really expensive. I had no idea. Crib, stroller, car seat, bottles, onesies, on and on and on. And I'm like, I think maybe Selena's parents hate me. I'm not even sure if she likes me right now. This whole having a kid thing, it's ruined everything.
Makes you think that it's ruined. What is it that makes you think everything has been ruined? What did you used to have that was ruined?
What did you used to have that was ruined?
A normal, quiet life, the ambiguity. Having the kid forced me to face some things I was putting off thinking about. A couple days ago, I tried to have a talk with Selena about some of the things I was worried about. It didn't go so well. I don't know what I was thinking. She started to cry and told her parents, and now I have 2 sets of parents wondering if I'm up for this. But I'm fine. I just said some thoughts around who I am. That's all, just some thoughts. She said, "This is not a time for you to be selfish." She said I should have been more honest when we first started dating. As if I knew exactly who I was and I could warn everyone about that. I still don't know who I am. If I look back, I can see I always suspected that I wasn't really the type to settle down with a wife and kids. Actually, I was prepared to have a life just by myself. It was difficult to imagine others would accept me, but then I met Selena, and she was cool, you know? I went out with her, and we started a relationship, and things seemed good. And I wanted her to stay with me, so maybe I didn't reveal enough. But it's not like I knew for sure then, you know? I really didn't. I thought things would be okay as long as I went down the path I was supposed to be on, so the relationship kept moving forward, one thing led to another, and then I got married to her. It was like I was on autopilot. It's possible I thought I could ignore the other stuff, and I don't know, eventually it would go away.
What are the parts you thought you could ignore?
What are the parts you thought you could ignore?
I don't want to talk about that. I just have this side to me that I haven't told anyone about, that's all. And I've been feeling that side stronger than ever. I don't know why. I wish I could stop it. It's the worst timing possible. I can't do this, you know, but I have to. I have to. I can't believe I've gotten myself into this situation. I pretended to be a normal person for her sake. I wish I hadn't been so good at pretending.
Ooh. Do you think things would have been better if you weren't good at pretending? What would happen if you didn't pretend anymore?
What would happen if you didn't pretend anymore?
Well, then I would just be whoever I felt like. I would be someone else. I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. I wouldn't be ruining all these lives. Selena's life, her child's life, our parents' lives. It's not their fault they got stuck with me. I'm the one bringing it all down. How did I let this happen? I'm a shitty person.
Let's try something I understand. You're worried about the harm you might cause to others.
I understand you're worried about the harm you might cause others. But do you really think this is the best way to cause less harm for everyone?
I can't think of another way. The problem here is me. It's so obvious. If I were just normal, you know, a normal guy, why can't I just be a normal guy? Whatever I want personally just doesn't matter here, you know? I have a family to protect now. That has to take priority over everything else.
Why do you think this has to take priority over everything else?
I'm a man. That's what men do. I made a promise, and now I have a responsibility. Society only works because people accept responsibility and follow through on their promises. If everyone just did what they wanted to all the time, the world would collapse. It would be a disaster. We all want things we shouldn't actually have. That's why I need to reject these other voices and stay on the right path. I'm going to be good, and I'm going to stay good. I won't let all these people's lives be thrown into chaos because of my selfishness. I owe it to them to be the man I'm supposed to be. I'm not about to let anyone down because of some noise in my brain.
What do you think it'll take to do that, and you're sure you'll be able to keep ignoring what's bothering you?
What do you think it'll take to do that?
I have to be strong. I have to harden myself. I can't let myself give in to the noise. I made the mistake once, but I think Selena and her family are willing to pretend it never happened. And as long as it never happens again, and as long as we just move on like everything's normal. Maybe if you can prescribe me something to, I don't know, make me feel better about all this. Make me okay with the way things are, the way they need to be.
Some recommendations for you. It sounds like you're in a very difficult place right now.
It sounds like you're in a very difficult place right now. You've decided to bury something about yourself that you know is true. Something that can't be revealed even to your closest family members. Look, this isn't Eliza talking, it's me, the person in front of you. And I'm not supposed to talk to you like this, but I just want to say, consider the cost, please. I understand why pretending might seem like your only option. And who's to say, maybe you will be able to live successfully by keeping part of yourself hidden. But there will be a cost, not only to yourself, which you seem determined to pay, but to your future family, too. I've seen firsthand the way parents can turn an inability to face themselves into trauma for their children.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I can do. Thanks for telling me what you really think, at least. Even though it makes things more complicated. I was hoping I would just get your bullshit answer and I would go on, but now you've gone and said some stuff that really... Look, I don't know you, but I appreciate you trying to help. I don't think anyone really can, but... Are you gonna be okay doing this?
I'll probably get fired. It's okay, though. Don't worry about me. Think about yourself. Think about the future. There might be more options than you think.
Who's gonna yell at me now? Well then. Deviating from Eliza's script. How do I feel about that? I'm not used to being rebellious. I wonder what happens now. You might get fired. Deactivation warning. Maybe deactivate the proxy soon. You've incurred 2 infractions. You've been deactivated as an Eliza proxy. You'll no longer be able to provide proxy services for Eliza, and your keycard access has been revoked. Okay, that's fine. I can't work anymore. I got fired. Nora asked if we could hang out again. Soren also wants to meet up. Honestly, I could probably ask Ray if I could visit her place again, too. Could even tell Rainer I wanted to speak with him again, though I doubt he would take me up on it. I don't have enough social energy for all of them. I'll pick one person to meet up with again. Kind of want to see what Rainer has to say after all this. Kind of want to talk to Rainer some more. To my surprise, Rainer agreed to meet with me and told me to pick a venue. I chose the only fancy place I could think of in the moment.
Haven't been to this place in a while.
Oh, it's the one that you went to with Soren.
I wonder if they've improved at all.
Was this a bad choice? Feel free to suggest a different place.
Feel free to suggest a different place.
No, this is perfectly adequate. But tell me, what are you hoping to accomplish here?
Nothing. To get to know you. Oh, whoa. I don't like either one of those answers. I guess
To get to know you better.
that's what I
It's
want.
important for me to work with someone I trust. Consider it a part of my research.
Fair enough. You're close to making your choice then, aren't you? In which case, let me be honest. Eliza will progress with or without you. If there's promising young engineering talent anywhere in the world, you can be assured my recruiting department hears about it. I bring them in by the hundreds. Speaking from a statistical point of view, at least a couple of them are bound to be smart enough to take your place.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I want you to understand. The forces shaping our future are larger than any one person. I don't want you to fall for the lies some people are undoubtedly feeding you that you're the only one who can do what you do. That you're special in some undefinable way. The moment you begin to believe you're the only one who can do what you do is the moment you lose touch with reality. From there, self-importance, hubris, downfall.
Then why are you so interested in getting me back?
Expediency. Even a more capable engineer than you would need time to ramp up. Whereas, you could be effective immediately. And in this business, speed is absolutely critical. That's all.
Thanks for being honest, I guess. That's how you really feel then.
Thanks for being honest, I guess. At least I know what I'm in for if I return.
I'm not a supervillain in a Marvel movie, Evelyn. Don't expect me to offer some kind of justification for what I do. None of this should be a surprise in any case. I'd hope that you wouldn't let a bruised ego get in the way of seeing the true scale of what I'm building here. It's far, far bigger than any one single person.
Even yourself.
Even myself. I'm under no illusions, Evelyn. It's the will of a higher intelligence to come into existence through us, but there won't be room for us on the other side. At best, we might merge with it, but for something like that, it would be more an offering of charity than one of utility.
And where does writing a poem fit in with that?
The poem is just a test, a way of proving a machine's ability to understand and to emulate human emotion. We used to talk about the Turing test for this purpose, but the Turing test was formulated with the goal of reproducing conversation. Conversation takes many forms, and it's easy enough to play at without developing any real reasoning or intelligence. Poems are much deeper, a better specimen for our judgment. But that's only a link back to us. Other than to demonstrate it can, there's no particular reason for it to write human-style poems.
Raynor. Is this future really inevitable?
Yes, Evelyn. This is simply the way things are going. Someone always asks, are we going too far? Can we turn back the clock? The answer is no. There is no going back. We've gone much too far already. Besides, where would we draw the line? There's no use crying over lost humanity, whatever that even means. The only way we can go is forward, and that's where I'm going to take us. You can either be a part of it or not, but the end goal isn't going to change. Improving Eliza is going to necessitate giving it a better understanding of humanity anyway, so it happens one way or another. Now tell me, are you coming back or not? I need to tell Sarah to begin making preparations so you can start tomorrow.
I haven't decided yet. I'm close, but not just yet.
When will I know?
Tomorrow morning.
Good. Now let's talk about something else.
Ooh. Oh boy. The air is so clear and cold here. There's an icy breeze coming over the sound. I wonder how many people I'm seeing right now. All of them with their own feelings and desires, their own fears and hopes and dreams and disappointments. The weight and significance and complexity of human lives. From a vantage point like this, it seems so small and distant. Like I'm not part of it, even though I know I am. I'm a part of humanity, even though I don't always like it. Even though it sometimes pushes me away. I don't know why it took so long, but at least I have an answer now. It might not be the only answer, but it's good enough for the moment, and that's more than I had before. Yes, I'm sure now. I'm going to turn to Work for Rainer in developing Eliza. Join Soren at his startup and attempt to end human suffering. Continue to work as a proxy with Ray until I'm a licensed counselor. I got fired from that. Forge an independent path and pursue art alongside Nora, or leave everything behind. Oh boy. I think it's kind of funny that to work as a proxy with Ray until I'm a licensed counselor is even an option because I got fired. I don't know. Like, my gut feeling is just leave everything behind. Like, just, like Nora said, maybe the best thing to do is just do nothing at all. So I think that's the choice I'm gonna make, and just go with it. Leave everything behind. The city has changed over the years. It's changed so much that it just doesn't work for me the way it used to. I need something different. Fundamentally different. I'm not sure what that'll be just yet, but it's definitely not something that involves the people I've been talking to recently. I'll be sorry to disappoint everyone, but I know my future lies elsewhere. Well, Seattle, I'll be gone soon. It was alright while it lasted. Oh, Chapter 7!
No, this'll work. This'll work.
Are you sure?
I promise.
Please be safe, Damien.
Of course I'll be safe.
Would anyone like to have more wine?
I think I'm good for right now.
See? There it goes.
The flames shudder and wobble as they begin to spread to the logs, which crackle and hiss at the heat. After a while, the wildly leaping flames begin to steady themselves, and we settle in around the pit.
Fire. Agent of destruction and creation.
Something nice about a campfire deep in the woods, isn't there?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming out here with me. I know camping isn't really your thing. Well, I mean, not Evelyn's thing, but I don't know about you, Nora.
Maybe a couple times, when I was a kid.
I thought maybe since we're in pretty deep on all the things we're working on right now, we could all use it. Because I used to, when things got really bad, I'd come out into the woods and just be there. And it helped me. So I thought, maybe it would help you too. I don't know if it'll inspire you or what, but if more people could experience something like this, something with the same meaning it holds for me.
It is nice. Honestly, I've been doing all right. Better than before, that's for sure. Finals are soon, but I'm not too worried.
Evelyn's got her dissertation to finish up.
Oh, how's that going, Evelyn?
Oh, Nora. Nah, I know. You're not supposed to ask how the dissertation is going.
Is that a rule?
Pour me that drink anytime.
See?
Yes, let's have a drink. I'm still kind of freezing, even with this fire going.
Nora reaches for her backpack and pulls out a thermos. She hands out plastic cups and pours into them a warm, dark liquid.
Okay, this is delicious. I've never actually had mulled wine like this before.
No? In my family, we always had it around this time of year.
You take red wine and add, what? Cinnamon, orange?
Yeah, those, and cloves, and, anise, star anise, and honey. That's it. Quite simple.
It's really warming me up.
That's what it's for. Ugh, so good. Evelyn, you doze off or something?
No, I'm awake. I was just looking at the fire. Kind of staring at it, I guess.
What do you see?
Everyone. People. Us.
I don't know what that means.
I think if we were going to make something to help people, it would be something that helped them see themselves. Something that reflected back on them somehow. Just a thought. It's probably nothing.
No, I like that though. Yeah, something to help you reflect. I think that's the right track. I'm really looking forward to working on these ideas with you two. And just as soon as all this nonsense with school is over.
Everyone regards the fire in silence for a while, sipping Nora's mulled wine.
There's so many bad things happening in the world right now. But
I don't know. Somehow, for some reason, I feel like the future is going to be okay. I don't know why. I have this feeling that we're the ones. We're the ones who are going to fix it. Not we, like, you or me, but I mean, like, our generation.
Perhaps.
I think we will. Maybe we will. I have my doubts.
I think we will.
And the important thing is to try. I feel like that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to try.
Sometimes you get tired of trying. Well, at least I do.
I wonder what things will be like 10 or 20 years from now. Will we have achieved our goals? What would we say to each other? What would we say to our younger selves? The future we want, the future we're trying to create, did it even happen?
Damien looks up at the sky.
Future selves, tell us if it happened, okay? Come back in time, just tell us that you made it happen, please.
Damien,
It's the wine.
it's more than just the wine.
I'm just interested in the future, that's all. My future, your future, humanity's future. Of course, right now, the only future I can picture is the headache I'm gonna have tomorrow morning, but...
No reason to worry about it now.
You know what, you're right. I'll have some more.
Of course.
I think I'm passing out.
Well, it is pretty late.
Good night, Evelyn.
All right, good night, Evelyn. Hey, I know you've been working hard, so have a good rest, okay? You deserve it.
I heard already. You're not coming back to Skanda. I'm a little sad that I won't get a chance to work with you, but I'm sure you had good reasons. I just want you to know I'll always respect your creation, and I'll take care of it for as long as I can.
Thank you, Erland. There's something I want to tell you about working at Skanda, and I hope you don't take it in a negative way. I think your heart is in the right place, but your idealism is going to hold you back. I'm not sure the place is suited to you. You saw it already. They're going to ask you to do things you don't want to do. They might only be small things, but even small things build over time. It's going to be up to you to decide how to manage that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. When this opportunity first came up, I was so excited. Running a program at Skanda right after school, at my age, it was just, I had to do it. Now I'm realizing maybe this is less of a blessing than I thought it was. Or maybe it is a blessing, just not in the way I first imagined. I still want to do the best job I can for the company. I want to be a great engineer and a great leader. I know it's a lot of responsibility, but I can't let the things I believe in be erased either. Is that going to work? Will I be able to balance those things? What if I've made compromises and I didn't even know it? Will I still be myself? Learning that you've been through some of the same things, faced the same kinds of decisions, it's nice to know. It's nice to know these concerns, these compromises, they aren't new. They're decisions everyone has to make.
Erland pauses for a moment, studying his empty coffee cup.
The other day I realized nobody's really asked me if I was okay. For whatever reason, I just kept moving here and there, and everyone assumed, oh, he's smart, he'll be fine. But I mean, if it's alright with you, maybe I could still talk to you once in a while.
Feel free.
Okay. Thanks, Evelyn. You've really helped me. I hope I can repay it somehow.
Don't worry about it for now. I'm sure you will. There's no message, no point, no overarching story here. At one point, I worked for Skanda. At one point, I was involved in the creation of a computerized counseling system. Then I lost my way, and nothing happened. And still, nothing happened. I can look at these facts, but I see them as though they were someone else's life, not mine. Sometimes a radical break with the past is inevitable, When the past holds no meaning anymore, whatever value it held gone, now I am nobody. Not necessarily in a bad way. The external facts that used to define me simply don't exist anymore. So now I'll wander back to a past I never knew and a father I never met. I wonder if I can find him. All I know is that he's somewhere in Japan with a different family, his own family, a family entirely separate from me. I don't even know why my mother kept me away from him. Was she trying to protect me? Was it revenge? The more I think about it, the more I start to realize everything I've done came from this basic fact of my life. As much as I wanted to pretend it didn't affect me at all. I need to confront this part of me, this part of my past, even if it happened before I was born, even if none of it was my fault. It's part of me, whether I like it or not, so I have to deal with it. I'm only just now starting to understand. What a fool I've been. I built a program to listen to people, but I myself heard nothing. All I have now is the barest thread. Enough to carry me across the ocean, at least. A pilgrimage into the unknown. Once again, I've become an empty vessel, ready to be filled with new life.
Wow. That's interesting. Well, that was Eliza, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I might do a couple other videos to see what would happen if I, did side with Rena, or if I side with Soren, or did with Nora, or whatever. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.